It is the 18th of April 2024. Israel and Iran are just one fatal mistake away from a full-blown war. This is Ahmad Haqtalab. He is the Iranian Revolutionary Guard's commander in charge of nuclear security. He has reportedly said that Iran could be reviewing its nuclear doctrine. The question is this commander hinting at the possibility of Iran building a nuclear bomb? Is this a nuclear threat? Now, since the start of this week, Israel and Iran have been on the edge. They have traded threats, told each other what and how much they are capable of. And now Iran is also saying that its hands are on the trigger. If Israel attacks Iranian nuclear sites, Tehran will reciprocate. This senior IRGC commander has said that Iran has already identified Israel's nuclear facilities. It is now a matter of who blinks first. Who makes the next fatal mistake? Will it be Israel? Will it be Iran? It is now Israel's turn to attack. Israel made a fatal mistake on the 1st of April 2024. Israel struck the Iranian consulate in Damascus. 16 people died. Among them was a top Iranian commander, the highest-ranking Iranian official to be killed since the assassination of the commander of Iran's Quds Force, Qasem Soleimani, by Americans in Baghdad in 2020. Now, this was not the first time Israel was hitting Iranian interests, but on that day, Israel dumped the rules of the proxy war. It hit Iranians on Iranian space. They struck an Iranian consulate building, not a proxy group, not a militia camp. On the 1st of April, Israel crossed the red line. It was a grave miscalculation. Details of what happened behind the scenes are just emerging now. Turns out the attack was not carried out in haste. It was not something that Netanyahu decided to order one dark morning. The plan to attack the Iranian consulate in Damascus was made 2 months before the D-Day. The war cabinet, in fact, gave its go-ahead on the 22nd of March. 10 days later, the rules of the game changed forever. Iran's response also was unprecedented. It fired 120 ballistic missiles, 170 drones, 30 cruise missiles. Now a war may break out any moment. It's a matter of one more fatal mistake. Did Israel not see this coming? Israeli officials reportedly spent a lot of time calculating Iran's possible response. Israel's National Intelligence Agency, Mossad, in fact, thought Iran would possibly respond by firing a maximum of 10 surface-to-surface missiles at Israel. Mossad clearly miscalculated. Even last week, when Iran was threatening a response, Mossad estimated that Tehran would not fire anything more than 70 surface-to-surface missiles. That was another miscalculation. And now these fatal mistakes, Israel's fatal mistakes, have dragged the region to the brink of a war. And Netanyahu is not done, by the way. He wants to respond to Iran's missile attack. Anything less, he thinks, could be seen as a sign of weakness. And so Israel's war cabinet now is calculating the next move. And reports say the Mossad chief has once again been roped in for advice. A former Mossad official, in fact, told the media that striking Iran's nuclear facilities is one of the options being considered. Will Israel calculate better this time? You see, since Sunday, the entire strategic equation of West Asia is being recalculated. The relationship between America and Israel is under strain. Egypt, which along with Qatar has been helping mediate between Israel and Hamas, seems to have had enough. Egyptian officials are criticizing Israel's planned Rafah invasion. Dia Rashwan, the spokesperson for the Egyptian Ministry of Information, has said, and I'm quoting here, "Does Israel fully understand the meaning of Egypt's warnings against entering Rafah? Will it choose this option to the detriment of the peace that has lasted for 45 years. Egypt is now preparing for an explosive battle. At home, Netanyahu's own coalition has gotten fragile. Everyone in Israel knows that Bibi is indulging in brinkmanship. Bibi says Israel will do as it wishes. So what does Israel, or should I say Netanyahu, wish to do? The exchange of fire between Israel and Iranian proxies has not stopped. After Sunday's attack, Hezbollah attacked an Iron Dome battery near Beit Hillel. And then Israel killed 2 Hezbollah commanders in a strike in Lebanon. And now Hezbollah have attacked northern Israel with drones and missiles. There have been multiple injuries, with 6 IDF soldiers being severely injured. So back to the question, what will Netanyahu choose to do next? Continue the proxy or indirect war, hit Iran-backed armed groups and tread more carefully? Or will Israel hit Iran directly? Either way, Netanyahu risks lighting an explosive fuse, one that can burn the entire region. Iran's President Ibrahim Raisi says if the tiniest Israeli invasion will trigger a massive response, we don't know the damage Iran is capable of inflicting upon Israel. What secret weapons Iran has? Iran is now threatening to build a nuclear weapon. Yesterday, remember, we told you at length about how Western inspectors believe that Iran has all it takes to build a bomb. And experts believe that Iran can produce enough weapon-grade uranium for a single bomb in less than a week. Iran can also produce enough uranium for 5 to 6 bombs in less than a month. But if you are considering Sunday night's attack as a parameter to gauge Iranian firepower, let me tell you why you need to think again. Number one, even before Iran attacked, it made it known that it would do so. Tehran telegraphed its intentions well in advance, giving Israel enough time to prepare. Number two, Tehran fired slow missiles that took hours to reach Israel. Again, giving Netanyahu enough time to defend Israeli skies and lands, also giving Israeli allies enough time to come up with a plan. Every resource was pulled in. Reports now saying Israel used GPS spoofing. GPS stands for Global Positioning System. On Sunday night, Israel interfered with GPS data. It jammed the GPS navigation within its territory. Why, you ask? Well, in order to confuse Iran's missiles team and stop the missiles from locking targets using GPS. And guess who controls the GPS? The United States of America. And like I was telling you, every resource was pulled in. Jordan defended Israel, France defended Israel, the UK and the US shot down missiles on Israel's behalf. Some other Arab countries shared intel with Israel. Basically, the entire machinery was working to ensure that Israel is shielded. Alas, Israeli bases were still hit. Israel and the US have gone to town talking about how 99% of Iranian missiles and drones were shot down. But what about the remaining 1%? On Sunday night, Iran managed to break the multi-layered defense. 5 countries defended Israel. Iran still managed to hit Israeli air bases. What happened at Nevatim Air Base is only coming to light now. And where is the guarantee that Iran will give prior warning next time? Iran, you see, is already preparing for an explosive battle. We have videos, in fact, from Iran's annual Army Day.
ارتش جمهوری اسلامی ایران بود.
There are also reports that Iran could possibly be acquiring Russian war machines to fight Israel. We will get to the details of that in a bit. But also experts believe that North Korea will be happy to provide nuclear weapons to Iran for money. And here's what you must note at this point. Iran is a master of calibrated warfare, which is why Netanyahu needs to be careful about the next step that he takes. He must also keep in mind whether Israel can even fight a long war. It has been fighting in Gaza for 6 months. Calling all reservists to the front line leaves Israel with barely any men and women to actually run the country. How long will the US support Israel? Look at Ukraine. It has been left to fend for itself in a way. Netanyahu must keep these things in mind while calculating his next move. Because one more fatal mistake could end everything. To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.